I lost my wife a year and 3 months ago. Debbie's disease was long-term with the gradual decline.
We were together 25 years before he died. He decided that he wanted to die, that there was no real point of him going on. It was in his brain, so he was losing parts of his mind, and he wanted to die.
When a family is considering end-of-life care for their loved one, it's a very difficult time.
I guess you just get run down. So, and that's the whole idea of hospice in that situation. It's for people that have, been with the person, saw them decline, and been dealing with it. She knew that that's, where she had to be. I had done all I could, and the care was to the point with her system that she had to have more nursing care than what could be provided at the home.
The palliative care team at the hospital were realizing what we wanted to do, and they said, well, I think maybe you should look into residential. He told us that it was a possibility, and we hadn't even thought about it being a possibility. So the hospice was a much better environment for us.
Having a hospice in our community allows now the patient to have another option, that they can stay in a home-like environment, but have that extra support that would be provided, by trained volunteers and for other people just being around, which cares for both the patient but also the family.
The care was extremely good in the fact that they responded to what I felt they should be doing. Like, there was really good communication between us and the doctor. One of the first things they said was that my role as a caregiver was now going to be over, that they were now going to take over, and then very shortly they called me to take back over as being a caregiver because Debbie wanted me to look after her and to do the pills, and so we actually ended up going back that way.
We're there also, to be able to talk to the family and the patient, to explain what's happening and what the next stages are. That's part of our role too. So we are providing medical care, obviously, to provide medications to relieve pain and other suffering. But a lot of our role as family doctors is actually having that communication, both with the family, the patient, and then the rest of the team.
Family will be able to come into Hospice House and enjoy the surroundings, in the fact that they will be able to be close to their loved one, and they will also be able to use our kitchen, have get-togethers with their family members, and just be like you would be with your person at home.
There was still a sense of life, and people were so welcome to come, and I could come any time of day.
Families are allowed to bring in pictures to make the room look like it would look if they were in their own home.
The room was a really nice room to start with, in the fact that it had patio doors that opened onto a patio with bird feeders, and there were squirrels and ducks walking by.
If you have to look after somebody that ill at home, you don't really have time just to sit and hold their hands, to be really at one with them. The last 2 weeks of my husband's life, we were so close, so emotionally close, physically close. I really found it a blessing, and sitting beside him, there was nothing else I wanted to do.
A hospice house would always welcome celebrations, and would always welcome families to come in and celebrate birthdays, anniversaries, Christmas celebrations, and also you could also hold a memorial service at your hospice house.
She had her birthday while she was there, and of course she had Valentine's Day, and there they have a big common room, which is like a gazebo almost. It's all glassed in, and you're able to wheel her bed like out to there, so we had like a party out in that gazebo.
Looks nice, I'm sure they'll enjoy it. They will.
You know, had Joseph been eating, they would have made his special whatever he wanted. And my son enjoys chocolate cookies of some sort. And they made chocolate brownies and chocolate cookies, and the kitchen always had chocolate things for my son there.
When families come into hospice, we are happy to have them bring their children, and we certainly have a lovely, and most hospices would have a lovely setting where children can play outside or children can be in the room with the ill person.
Hi, Grandma.
Their whole goal is to make the family and the patient as happy as they can. They don't seem to have any agenda other than that.
I think the biggest gift they gave us was the solitude to be together, and not a lot of pulling of the drapes and rattling of the spoons and all the chaos that goes along.
I think once anybody has been involved with hospice, especially residential hospice, that they will put their support behind it an awful lot.
I can't say enough about how great it was for us. It sounds awful, the word great and death in the same sentence, but the reality is that he had to die, and it was a great place for him to die.
Hospice is a registered, non-profit, charitable organization. There are no fees for our services. We rely on generous donations from our community to sustain our services.